What's up with you guys? It's your girl, the Master Key, and I'm back with another video. So today, I would like to talk to you all about a topic that I've been wanting to discuss for a while now. I've kind of been procrastinating to make this video. I'm not sure why. So many topics that I have to make and discuss with you all, but this one is a topic that's important to me and is a topic that I would like to talk about. And that is, I would like to talk about 2022. And I want to talk about how 2022 was one of the most exhilarating but most challenging years of my life. Now, I'll explain what was so challenging about 2022. But I would like to start off by saying, 2022 started off like a regular year, ultimately. 2021, it kind of ended on a rough patch for me. And I think that may have been why 2022 started off from like being triggered from the previous year. For a year to be extremely transformative for me. When I discussed last year, 2022, with people that's close to me, one of the words that I use is transformative. And the reason why I use that word is because 2022 changed my life. And I am changed. I'm different. I'm not the same person that I was when I went into the year as I am now, early on in this new year. And I've been forever changed. I think we are always evolving. But me specifically, I've had things happen to me in my life that brought me awareness, that brought me change, diversity, just a bunch of different elements of the ever-evolving nature of the human experience. But it's something about last year that was totally odd. It was odd. It was just so odd. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I have no clue. I can't explain exactly what it was about that year, but man, I things changed. And I want to get into it, y'all. I'm not going to hold you. I want to get into what happened. So, there's a few things that stood out about last year. I would like to say one of the main things was just all of the lessons that I learned. And I think the universe, source, God, the creator, the maker, whatever you call it, felt like, I needed a little push, Obviously, I'm forever evolving and growing, intentionally, of course. But I felt like the universe felt like you need a little push. I see you doing your thing, but you struggling, my G, and you need to step your game up. And with that being said, I got hit with lesson after lesson after lesson. Then after all of these lessons, I got hit with a forced spiritual awakening. Now, I've had spiritual awakenings before. I'm on my third one right now. I don't know if I'll have more, but right now I'm on my third. And this one is the most intense. It is the most transformative. It's the most that I've changed. I mean, my life, like if you really knew and could really look into my life right now at this second compared to my life maybe even 6 months ago or a year ago, everything is different. I'm different. Everything that I'm doing, everything about me is different. So with that being said, One of the most important lessons that I learned, and I learned a lot. Let's just start with the lessons. One of them was to be more vulnerable. I think that's a big one. I realized how much I wasn't being authentic with myself, with what I want, what I desire, speaking up for myself. And I feel like I have, but like I was saying, I feel like I was maybe on a level, and I feel like I needed to get to another level, and I maybe wasn't getting to that level as quick as I should have been. So my spiritual team, gave me a little push. And being honest, being vulnerable, being honest, and not doing the same cycles of things that I was used to, not getting my needs met in certain ways, not, just holding back on certain things, being more expressive, being more open, being more honest to myself first, and then obviously to other people in my life. And just being okay with whatever. Like being okay with whatever came, whatever transpires. I also learned how to let go and not be attached to anything. And I feel that, like, I really feel deep down in the pit of my being that I have had issues with this. Like, I've had issues with control, like the needing to control everything when it comes to me in my life. And it was time to let that part of me go. I've been challenged in my faith. I've always looked at myself as a very faithful person, and so my faith had been tested. I think the universe or God wanted me to show, like, do you really trust me? Do you really trust me? We're working together, and I got you. And my creator, my maker, whatever, always have had me. But I was shown certain things last year. Oh man, that it made me really look at my life like, who are you not to trust? Like, I've seen so much. God has showed me so much. And I really had to crack down on my faith, like, and really believe, like, everything's working in my favor. Everything's being moved around and shifted for me. And it's nothing that I want that isn't available to me. And I've always believed this, but it's something about last year that I was actually shown this. So with that being said, I went through a forced spiritual awakening, and this didn't happen till the tail end of last year. So I went through my actual spiritual awakening in December. And man, and how that even happened was crazy, because it's like, if I can give you guys the details of exactly how everything went, and like how I wasn't supposed to be in a certain place at a certain time, but I was, and then a certain person may have been there, and that person may have told me something, and what they told me, you know, specifically transformed the way I looked at everything, and then that, with the information that they gave me, is the thing that transformed me and kind of sparked this awakening, and then the awakening changed everything. Like, I let go of things, people, places, and things that I had been holding on to for decades. Like, things that wasn't serving me, that I had been holding on to for decades. Like, released, done, gone, out, like that, within weeks or a month or months. Like, and man, it's been crazy. Like, it's been so much. So this year has actually been really, I'm not gonna say easy, but it's been really smooth so far because there's nothing. It's no more weights holding me down. It's like, you ever feel like just something just been lifted off your shoulders? Like everything that I've been holding on to, everybody that I've been carrying. Like, I've always been the person, and what I'm learning now is a form of codependency. I'm going to make a video about that at another time, that I've been struggling with all along. And once I realized that, I was able to like kind of check that and change it and alter like how I've been showing up in my life. But always putting people first, putting other things before myself, taking care of people before I'm taking care of myself, and just doing that for so long, and then realizing why I've been doing that. I've been doing that to distract me from myself. It's crazy. Crazy. So once I realized that's what's been going on, so like now I'm intentionally deciding to show up for myself in ways that I never have. Taking care of that little girl who wanted to be taken care of a certain way, who wanted to be seen in a certain type of way. Now I'm able to see her. I'm able to nurture her, spend time with her, speak to her in a very calm way, tell her the things that she needed to hear, right? Find my confidence. Like, obviously, I feel like I'm a confident person, but there's a different form of confidence when it comes to knowing that you can't do any wrong. Like, long as you do what you're supposed to do, everything's going to happen. And like I said, I've always known this stuff, but like moving in a certain way, in a different type of vibration where you just feel different, you walk different, you talk different. It's just different now. You know, it's a change, it's a shift. Something shifted in me. And all of this has happened because of the immense chaotic things that I went through last year. And chaos always brings that change that needs to happen. Is inevitable. And that's what happened. And it's just like, every time I thought that, okay, cool, I got it, God, I learned the lesson. No, you ain't learned the lesson, because I got another one coming for you. Like, it was just so much that happened that I had no choice but to, I was forced into just transforming everything. My whole life transformed. Everything's different. And then with all that being said, I went through, well, I'm actually currently going through it still, through something where my body, like, literally would not accept low vibrational foods anymore. Like, I've always been a person that's pretty conscious of health and like what I eat and everything, but I always dabble. You know, I may eat too many fried foods. I might eat too much carbs, you know, too much, you know, bread. Just all the things that I did in the past, you know, like deciding to go vegan and then kind of moving more so like to vegetarian. Now, oh no. It's like I'm pretty much like raw. Like, I cook food, my vegetables and stuff sometimes, but it's just, my body won't allow me to eat anything that's not at a high level. And I feel like that's kind of where I am in this new year. The people, the places, and the things that surrounded me, the energies that I'm able to connect with, like the food that I'm able to connect with, the places that I'm able to go, if it's not top tier, it just don't work. It just don't happen. It ain't it's just not going down. And I'm just wondering to myself, like, wow, what is this? But I just wanted to express that to you guys and just get you to understand, you know, when it comes to being attached to a certain lifestyle. And don't get me wrong, it's been hard. It's been really, really hard. Very hard. Very challenging for me. But it's so beautiful, and I feel so good, and I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be and where I should have been all along. But don't resist, don't fight it, just embrace the changes, because they will come. Your life will shift when you're being pushed to kind of level up. And I think that's just what it was. I just wasn't getting to that level as soon or as quick as I was supposed to. I just kept dabbling and kind of just playing around. And it's really no middle. There's no middle ground. You gotta kind of pick a side. Like, what are you gonna do? And I think for so long I was just kind of like teetering around, just. And now it's like no. So that's what last year did for me, y'all. And I am forever changed. I'm forever grateful. I'm happy. And so 2022 actually ended up being the best year of my life. That's actually what the caveat is. Even though it was the most challenging thus far, but it's the best. And I believe everything that I experienced and went through, all the hard things that I went through last year, has just was just preparing me for this year, 2023. And I honestly believe in my heart of hearts, I can feel it, that this year is actually going to be the best year so far. Because if last year was transformative, like now this year I'm just doing all of everything that I want, and I'm just collecting everything that was meant and ordained for me. And I just wanted to share that, and I hope if you are experiencing something similar, if you feel like you're a person that has been changed or going through changes as well, I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. It's challenging. But do it. Just do it anyway. Start the business. Eat healthier. Make the move. Like, whatever it is that you've been procrastinating on. Like, don't get to a point like me where you have to get forced into change because of some sort of pain. Like emotional pain, physical pain, like health issues, or just some type of traumatic thing happening to you that forces you to change. And that's not necessarily what happened to me. It wasn't like it. Certain things, but for the most part, it's just a realization of, wow, things in my life just started moving around. Certain people started to show up. Certain people started to leave, or whatever, or show who they really are. People who I thought were good people who may have been around forever, or people who just played the part really well. But now I see that there's no space for that in my life. And what's happening now is just I'm making room for all of the things that deserve a space and a seat at the table. And it's exciting and it's beautiful to see, and it's beautiful to experience. And I'm blessed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm grateful, I'm indebted, and I'm excited to experience this journey, and also, take you guys along with me, give you guys a peek into that, more so into, my processes of my experiences and what I go through and how I handle certain things and how I evolve and how things in my life just shift and move and all that. So thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please do like it, subscribe to the channel if you have not, and let me know what are some things that you are being pushed or nudged or open to changing in this new year. I'm excited to hear. Until the next one, peace.